Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today, and this is day 2 of Sarah Scrap's Back to School YouTube Hop. There's 4 days of those of us that are sharing back to school videos. This is my layout that I created. I will actually tell you ahead of time that I created this video before school actually started, but I knew the date, obviously, and I did have this one picture that you just saw, and then I will add another picture. So this is a hybrid layout, and I do have a giveaway, so stay tuned to the end of the video. And what makes this a hybrid layout are those pieces right there. They are Traci Reed's School Daze journal cards. One of the 3x4 cards I blew up to letter size. I thought that I would use that on this black and white background, but I didn't want the grid that she's got there, and I just wanted the pencils, so I'm going to cut that up and use that as a header and a footer for my page. And then I also had a couple of her 3x4 cards. You can see the two to the left of the screen there. Those are her actual cards as they are. The black one that I end up using is as it is. It says go forth and conquer. And then the other card that I actually end up using, it has the ruler down the side. You can see that to the right of the stamp on that top line there. I actually recolored that. So she had all of the colors that are in these pencils, but I really wanted to use teal or aqua and black because those are the school colors. And so I really wanted the colors of the pencils to add some vibrancy to the black and white that is around it, but then the focus of the colors be on my daughter's new school's school colors. So I also have some Kerri Bradford stamps that I want to stamp in a grid format. So it's a loose grid, and it's almost a 8.5 by 11 size paper on a 12 by 12 matte frame. So I know I'm going to use that one photo that's at the bottom left there, and that will be one 3x4 square. And then I know I want to have 3 other 3x4 squares, and then I'm going to have these 2 stamped opposing segments that are going to be sort of the opener and the closer of those 3x4s as you move through the layout there. So the stamps that I'm using, I'm going to use the outnumbered extra large numbers, both the solid and the outline, and then I'm going to mix into that various of the block of time and block of whatever stamps, as well as use some juniper letters and then those LE Studios letters, puffy stickers, alphas, to complete the data really that's going to go on that. So I'm figuring out how I want to lay that all out and get that alignment to work. So I'm going to use 2 big numbers. I'm going to use 8 for September 8th because that was the first day of school, and you can't see it until I stamp it. So what that block on that top left says is it says Tuesday, September 8th, and then the year 2020. I'm going to use a Versamark Fine as my black ink. That is always what I stamp in black, and then I'm going to use a Distress Oxide ink that matches perfectly to the colors for Mia's new high school. So Mia is starting 9th grade this year, and for us, school is a little bit different because we are starting, I wrote this in my journaling, so the county's motto for the first 9 weeks is online for the first 9. So they're hoping to potentially, maybe still to be decided, get them back to school after, but they definitely are committing to the first 8 weeks being online. So we've had a few trips to school. They've kind of been drive-bys to drop off forms and all of that fun stuff, and that's what that bottom photo is there, the one that I actually am going to include. So it wasn't her first day of school. She didn't go to the building, but she has had trips to the building in order to drop off school forms, and then there was a drive-by to pick up books if you needed to, and various other things. And then what I don't have, but I insert later off camera, is an actual photo of her on the actual first day of school. So now what I want to do is I want to stamp the opposing block. And so I'm going to use Yes from, I don't have the stamp set in front of me. I apologize, but again, it's another one of the Kerri Bradford stamps. I think it actually came from the summer. And then I'm going to use the 1 for First Day, and to get the ST for first, that is the Juniper small letters that I am going to use. And then so Yes first, and then Day is those, you can see the LE Studio letters, and then I'm going to put Unforgettable underneath that. And what I forgot as I was trying to line these up is that, yes, it is a 3x4 block. And this is actually a 4-inch tall block, but less than 3 in order to close out to have the same width as that with the top left block over there. I will tell you that off camera, because I didn't know what photo I was going to use, I'm going to end up moving that ruled lined block that's up the top right there down to the left hand side of where I'm stamping currently. It just provided better balance. That way the photos were on a diagonal instead of sitting next to each other, and that what it did was it took away the glaring heaviness of that black Traci Reed hybrid card that I used that says Go Forth and Conquer. I did try adding a little bit more color to that card, but really I tried actually cutting it out as a circle so that I could then put that card on another card with more color and soften the heaviness and the weight of that black. But I didn't have a circle punch big enough, and I hadn't printed it large enough that I would have then had the black that would have fully gone around the circle. So I just left the card as it is. So what I'm going to do here, and unfortunately I didn't video all of this, I didn't record all of this process, but I'm going to stamp in that same Distressed Oxide ink. Then I'm going to stamp first, and then I'm going to create a shadow with the ST. Just cut that out there literally, and then stamp and stick that with removable adhesive on top of the ST, and then stick stamp the black outline of the 1 so that the line didn't go through the S and the T, so it just left a blank space there. You'll see what I mean when I come back to finish off the layout. So this is going to be the end of the layout after stamping that outline, and then I'm going to wait for the first day of school and put the picture and then finish off the rest of the layout there. So this is that temporary adhesive that I was talking about, and then I'm going to just stamp the black, which you can see that outline there. So we have now had the first day of school, virtual school, of course, and I'm going to finish the layout. So to the left, I have pulled a bunch of goodies. I've pulled some LE Studio goodies. I can't remember what else I have in there, but the bulk of what I have in there is LE Studio, and so I'm going to use some pretty generic embellishments to just add a little bit more color to the page. This is a 3x4 card from LE Studio. It is one of the printables, and I liked the house because that gave you the idea that we were at home. And then I have that schedule. It says today's schedule. Again, that's more just to give you the idea of kind of that school layout there. So that other card that I'm messing around with there is another LE Studio printable, and that's from quite some time ago. I pulled that out because I wanted to include a little bit more black in the layout. I felt like, again, that Traci Reed card is so heavily black that I just needed to put other bits and pieces of black throughout the layout to soften that solid weight there. And so I'm going to put that on the top of the photo, and that pulls in a little bit more black. And I have some embellishments. This is from a die cut pack from LE Studio. I loved that frame, and I thought that would be perfect to house that second picture, and then the journaling would go in that card on the top. So that's a die. It's the school logo and GA for Glen Allen, and I created that on my own in Silhouette Studio, and I had made it for this layout, but it ends up just being there are too many competing bits and pieces with that on there, and so I decide that the layout looks better without that, and I'm just going to go, you'll see those LA Studio black stickers there, letter stickers. I'm just going to do GAHS for the initials of her high school there. So this is where I decide that I'm going to put this until I actually get that photo in there, and then off camera I decide that, I'm sorry, this is not the first day of school. I actually did all of this after the filming because I wanted to make sure that I had this up in time for my day, which was today, Friday. So there are 4 days of this hop, so be sure to come back Saturday and Sunday. I have a giveaway. Not all of the gals do, but there are quite a number of giveaways that people are doing and hosting on their own. So it's not that you have to comment on everybody's channels because there are over 40 of us. So this giveaway is exclusive to my channel, and all I'm asking you to do to be entered to win is to just leave a comment down below, hopefully a nice comment. Maybe tell me about what your child's back to school experience was if you have one, and what I'm giving away. And I have some close-ups of some of the actual goodies that I used from Traci Reed. Is I'm giving away 2 $10 gift cards to Traci Reed's online digital shop. And she has a lot of things that you can print and create hybrid layouts just like I have done here. So I will leave that open until Monday at midnight, and I will announce the winner on Tuesday, and I'll put that in the comments here. So these are the cards that I use, the examples of the cards that you could buy with your gift card. So thanks for stopping in today. Be sure to hop over to all of the other gals' channels and come back on both Saturday, Sunday. Don't forget that yesterday on Thursday, there was also videos that were shown. Enjoy these close-ups. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for stopping in today. Come back again soon. Take care.